Bag number 4 of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 car from the movie Ghostbusters Afterlife. The first thing in the instruction manual is another little mini assembly, so I'm going to move this off to the side again, give myself some room. So there's another sticker that goes on here. Again, I'm not going to put on the stickers that show dirt. I'm just going to skip over that. So this goes over top of this one that we did right here. And if you didn't see I believe it's bag number 2, this is a spot where you can push in. If I get my hand on the right spot. All right, so if you push in here, the chair comes out like that. So it's pushed in, and push this back. Man, I love that. Another small assembly. The white and the red, so striking. Another sticker, which I'm going to ignore. It's a door, but door handle, but the door doesn't open. Another gear, which is going to attach onto this larger gear here. Another small assembly again, get that out of the way. How does this go? Oh, I see what this is. It's like the gear shift and the steering column. And foot pedal. Acceleration pedal. Should go just right in here. Now we'll do the steering wheel. Steering wheel. Now I've seen parts like this before. I've got multiple cars and they're used. It's I don't know what to call it. It's two connected parts. It forms like a universal hinge that can rotate. It's often used in things like steering wheels. I'm sure there's an actual technical name for the part, not just for the Lego part, but like in the automotive industry. I don't know what it is. I'm not a car guy. But it allows rotation even though the joint is angled. Bring the car back. So this attaches onto the top here to mate up to these other two gears. So now that that's all in there, I've got to put the Technic pin into the side of this part to hold the steering wheel in place. Probably should have done that first. There we go. All right, so there's the steering wheel in there. And when it turns, you can see the front wheels that eventually be the wheels. That turns as well. Always a nice feature in the cars is to have the functional wheels. Oh, I think I missed a piece. Yep, I missed a piece. The capper on the steering wheel to hide the Technic pin. There we go. So there's 12 bags of parts. There doesn't appear to be that many parts in each bag, although on the Super Mario block there was 13 bags of parts, and the total piece count in that set was actually a couple hundred lower than what's in this set. So I think there's a lot of smaller pieces in this set because it has less bags but more pieces. This. There, that locks the whole steering wheel assembly in position. Okay, another mini assembly. That was a very small mini assembly. And this goes, is that right? It just goes in here. Oh, this looks like a car seat we're building here. Did I do that right? I think so. That's the only way it can go. A little car seat. No, it's a side seat. And it goes right here. And then that whole thing pops in. Oh! So we have another little piece of functionality here. Because this, oop. So before we put some tracks down at the bottom, and there's a gap between this part and this part. This sits right in between. Oh, okay, so there's a claw on this end, and there's a mating brick buried within here. So if I push this in, it should just click right in there, but it's also loose enough that it can come out. So I think this is meant to slide back and forth like that. Again, when I bought this, I thought it was just a cool looking car. I didn't realize there was so many little features inside. Oh no. So I'm hesitating because I may have made yet another mistake. This goes into a Technic pin, which is way back in bag number 1, put in the bottom here. But as I can see right now, this is at an angle. This is supposed to be completely vertical. I'm going to double check the next page to make sure. Yes. So somewhere, if I look at the bottom here, is that not supposed to be there? So there's a little, this sits on top of that pin. That pin goes into that piece. That's really all that where it can go. All right, I gotta go back and way back to the beginning and just see if I missed a step before I go any further here. Oh, so the pin's in the right spot. What I missed in the instructions, and this is going to be a bugger to fix, Here, I gotta show this. Because this is a pretty big mistake. It's gonna take a lot to fix. I'm going on page 109. All right. See this picture right here where it shows the part being assembled? It does not look like, try to get the glare out of there. Does not look like that is supposed to go over top of the blue pin. I thought it was resting on the blue pin, not the pin going through that hole right there. But it has to go through the hole in order for the rest of this to work. So how can I fix this? Because I need to get that blue pin through there, and all of this is all connected. Oof. Wow. I have to think about this. Give me a minute. Well, I've mentioned it numerous times before about there's easy mistakes and there's difficult mistakes. This is a difficult one. Probably the easiest thing to do from what I can see here is to pull off this, take that out. Right, I think that's what I'm going to do. That's better than pulling the entire frame off the bottom. But even this, taking this apart is going to be difficult. It's the best way to do this. Okay, so that can come off. I just need to take some pieces off so I can get some leverage. And I now feel like I'm crushing my steering wheel. All right, well that all popped off. Unfortunately, I popped off to the point where I can't remember what went where. All right, so take, probably just wedge this out of here. All right, I'm doing this a little bit by memory. This has to go. Why do I feel like this is upside down? Because it is. Okay. I'm really confusing myself here. What on earth? All right, take this off. Why does this look so wrong? Go back to the beginning. Okay, so that's that. That should be there. What? How did this whole thing looks wrong? Oh, because there's a pin in there. Okay, so that's right. So blue pin, which is there. Let's get this to match up. So this goes in there. So the only thing I'm missing is the blue pin. Actually, that blue pin. So this blue pin should be over here, because that's going to be like that. Right, now it looks better. Okay, so this is right. This goes over here first. All right, so that's how it's supposed to look. It's rigidly attached to there. Now, in order for me to get all this to fit, because I've got a pin into a pin, how am I going to do this? I got to take this off, put this in here, flip this over, and then somehow finesse this over that pin without popping the rest of this off. Hey, that was easier than I thought. Push that all in. So I'm kind of doing this. It's supposed to be built before it goes in here, but I had to do it after because of my mistake. Put this piece back on top. Might have to take a break because my neighbor is now mowing his lawn. Then this goes back over top. So, boys and girls, that's how you correct a mistake and then break everything else in the process. Busted my chair. So that's back where it should be. That part is now straight, which allows this to be put in where it should, straight down. And now I can finish this off by putting that on top. Oof. So now when this chair moves, it opens. Can't see it. You can probably just see it right there. When the chair moves, it opens the ramp underneath. That made me work up a sweat, but we fixed it. All right, just to get this done, I'm gonna have to work through the lawnmower sound. Move this off. How does this attach? Right? Something's not right. That looks better. All right, so that frames all that in, okay. It's like a little computer panel. That'll go on the inside here. Right there. That's the end of bag number 4. A lot of extra pieces. Well, I hope they're extra pieces and I just didn't miss them. Bag number 5 looks like we put in some more side panels. So thanks for watching this part, and I'll see you in the next part.